Hey people, how's it going? We're back with the Cherry Blossom Murders, and we're going to rescue Iona? Alright, so I looked at the thingy, and one thing that surprised me is that you can move Fujikawa. So, what I'm basically going to do is this big circle jerk. All goes like this, if I remember correctly. But it surprised me that I could actually move him. Now, do we move these over? Fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going with the circle jerk. Oh, get in, son, I did it! Yeah! Oh, Iori, are you alright? Yes, thank you. They're very nice to me, both Mr. Timmerman and Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy? Timmerman called James Fox Jimmy when I was here. And I heard Fox ask Timmerman how she was. He must have meant Iori. They kidnapped her together. I'll get a policeman to return Iori to her father while we go to the embassy. And catch the fox in his den, the man responsible for killing Richard. Ooh, a cutscene. Whoa. That was unexpected. Good heavens, it's Fox. Let me get him down. And he put a cloth over him. The poor devil's hanged himself. He must have received word his plot was discovered. How horrible. I wanted him brought to justice, but not like this. I'll report the suicide to Chief Yamada, if Inspector Tilly permits it, and there's no reason he shouldn't. The Chief can make an official investigation tonight. Then, that's it. It's over. It will be when we catch Timmerman, and we will, I promise. Let's meet tomorrow morning at the police station. You can help me fill a file of full report and tie up any loose ends. Sorry, the kink is totally mine. Tsukumo-san and Iori, what are you two doing here? I've come to give a full deposition, and I could not bear to leave my daughter alone after such a terrible experience. I don't blame you. How lovely you look, Iori, and what a beautiful garland. What garland? Or is garland referring to her hairpiece? Because I usually think of garland as a rope of flowers, or a rope of something. The hairpiece. Thank you. A man gave it to me in the cellar if I promised to stop crying. A man? Timmerman or Fox? No, the other man. I didn't see him because they blindfolded me when he was there. I don't know his name. They called him Boss. A third man? But who? Did anyone but you and Mr. Boss touch this garland? No. Is that important? It might be. There's a new method of identifying criminals. I'll tell you about it on our way. Yes, back to the embassy. I'm wondering if the same thing you are, Detective. Did James Fox really commit suicide? To the embassy. Embassy. A moment, Mrs. Pemberton. I want to accompany you, but you must realize I have no jurisdiction in the embassy. That didn't stop you last night. That was in the heat of the moment, but now that the ambassador is here... Listen to me, Detective. I need your help. You're the only person I can trust now. You must come with me. Okay. Hook, I just saw that. Yeah. 3 diamonds. Do we need that cupcake? Because I know where it is. Diamond, sun, diamond, Where's the other diamond? The actual diamond. There it is. Necklace. Vase. Volleyball. Melon. Remembering all this stuff. Cane. There's the cane. Okay, crowbar, ring, shell, wine glass. Crowbar. Oh, I thought that was a wine glass, the stem and the thingy. Shell. Where are you? Shell, okay. Ring and wine glass. There's the ring. Alright, wine glass. There it is. Don't crash on me, game. Irene, my dear, I'm glad to see you. Such a dreadful thing. Please accept my deepest apologies for doubting Richard. Can you ever forgive me? Of course, Ambassador. Your apologies accepted. And what are you doing here, Detective? Chief Yamada was quite thorough last night. I thought your investigations were concluded. We just wanted a bit of information. With your permission, of course. I'm a bit hesitant to waive our claim to diplomatic immunity again. I can't have foreign nationals charming in and out at will. No offense. If your apology to me is sincere, Franklin, I hope you'll allow the detective and me one last look to answer any final doubts and put my grieving mind to rest. Oh, very well, Irene. After all, we want this all settled quickly as you. The body's been removed, but nothing else has been touched. There's no suicide note. Perhaps if he really killed himself, he feared there wasn't time for one. Still, let's look around. It might have blown off the table. Wasn't the only thing that got blown off last night. An open steamship ticket to Hong Kong. That'll be useful. Pen. Mousetrap. Okay, it was dice. I thought maybe it was die. Forgive me. Carnival mask. What, rope? Uh-oh. The rope with which James Fox hanged himself. This is an odd knot, Detective. It's an angler's knot. I haven't seen one of these since I was a child. My father was a fisherman. Only seamen would know it. A clue! Okay, 2 insects. You an insect? No, you look like a nut. Sometimes you look like a nut. Sometimes you don't. There's one. No, that's a dog. Damn. I thought it was a mask. Sorry. Damn it! Ooh, praying mantis. Yeah. This carnival mask. Is this it? No? Alright. Quill pen. Fan pear tea. Pear. Tea. Whoa! A teacup half filled, just like flashback time. It must have just happened. This tea is still warm. Richard never drank tea at home. Ah! I'm just taking it with me. Hat. Oh, and carnival mask. On close inspection. Okay, so quill pen and fan. Well, that's an eggplant. You had an arm like a fucking eggplant. Quill pen and fan. Help me out, guys. Help me out. quill pen. Alright, now we've just got the fan. Looking at the rug. Fan. I have no clue. I'm assuming it's a hand fan like we've been saying. Disguised as a flower. No suicide note. I believe that's because he was murdered. Just like Richard. And probably by the third man, the boss. It's certainly possible. What evidence do we have for murder? Excuse me for just a second. Oh, sorry. I had 3 pieces of evidence in inventory that suggests Fox's death was not suicide, but murder. How about the tea? There was a half-empty teacup on Richard's desk, too. And look at the powdery residue on the rim. The tea might have been drugged. Perhaps, but we don't know until we can test it. The rope? It's highly unlikely Fox hanged himself with an angler's knot. He told me he hated even the smell of the ocean. So where would he have learned how to tie it? That's very true. A difficult and specialized knot. Open ticket. The steamship ticket to Hong Kong shows that Fox was prepared to an escape. Why kill himself when he had a way out of Japan? Perhaps he changed his mind. Knew that he'd be caught eventually. Still, this could indicate that he planned to run. Hang on just a second. I gotta do something. I'm just gonna mute and I'll be back. Okay, did you like that? I did some personal hygiene stuff. Alright. Good thinking, Mrs. Pemberton. This evidence strongly suggests that Fox was murdered. But by whom? The third man, the one Iori said gave her the garland. If Fox was dead and Timmerman vanished, there'd be no one left to testify against him. I suggest we look around. The killer could still be here. At the office. Oh, behind the cook! Chipmunk. There we go. Tuning fork. Why am I thinking the tuning fork was over here? It wasn't. It was right there. The harmonica. Yeah! Hat. Crown. Oh, I remember the carrot. Oh god, was it here that I saw the carrot? There's a carrot somewhere in this game. Your job? Find it. That's a banana. Do we need bugs? There's a bug. Do. Okay, clock. Oh, wine bottle. Duh, with the cat. Clock. Heart. It's gonna be something obvious, isn't it? Is a snail an insect? I don't think so. They'd say snail. Fucking deer. Belt. There we go. What was I looking for? Heart? When I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh my fucking god, it was staring me in the face the whole time. Yeah, there, it was staring me the whole face the whole time. Okay, an insect, carrot, and the Roman numeral 3. Alright, we need to find all the bugs. Oh, there it is, praying mantis. Alright, 3 and a carrot. Now I'm guessing it's just the number 3 and not like 3 of cards or, you know, something like that. No, that's 6 or 9. I can never remember. If it's, I think that's a 9. I think 9's a stripe and 6 is a solid, I think. I don't play pool that often. What are we looking for again? 3 and a carrot. Oh, come on. It can't be that difficult for a friggin' carrot. It's a carrot. Where's the 3? 3, 3, 3. Come on, kitty, help me. Carrot. There it is. The hard part is that it could be a small 3, it could be a big 3, it could be anywhere, but it's the number 3. It's not 3 on a card. Well, you know. Well, it might be, but I haven't seen that many cards. I need to know. Roman numeral 3. No! I was thinking Latin number 3, which would be the 3. Roman numeral 3 is 3 lines. Which could be anything. Damn it. I thought it was being smart. And I wasn't. Somebody was freaking out on here. I'm gonna need the hint. Okay, hit me. See, now it could be here. It could be here, or here, or here. It could be here. Fuck me. Uh-oh. We should try and open this. Oh, wait. Should we try and open his desk drawers? After all, you are a detective. A Japanese detective, and this is the United States Embassy. Good point. Perhaps I should be the one to take care of business while you look the other way. Place all the tiles in the proper position to unlock the safe. Please don't tell me this is Sudoku. Sudoku. So, 1 in each thing, and we're assuming these are correct, so. Which means it can't go there. Whoops, that's not right. Whoa, we did it. That one's right. Okay. Alright. Thank God that's right. Oh, and they go dark. Nice. Oh, this was much easier. If only all Sudokus could be this way. As a sailor, Ambassador Tilly might have known how to tie an angler's knot. and might have hanged James Fox. Funny, isn't it, that he locked this away rather than displaying it? Japan is an island, Mrs. Pemberton, and many people go boating. This is far from conclusive evidence. We must keep investigating. To the kitchen! Fresh bread! Oh, Jumpman, get the bread. No. Fucking fuck. Alright. Boo. Chicken? Hamburger? Where's the doorknob? Right there. Brown bottles. One. Mushroom. Mushroom? Is it a big mushroom or a little mushroom? And like, it is like portobello or a toadstool? That mushroom? No. Gotta find out. A duck. That's a mushroom, I think. Yeah. 3 eggs. Egg. Egg me. Egg me. Can we click some more food? The duck. Number 2. Okay, that's not a 2. I thought it was a 2. Watch. Alright. Bottle opener. I'm guessing that's the old-fashioned bottle opener. Where you gotta kind of wedge it in the hole and pop it off. Maybe that's what I thought, what I was thinking. But it's not a wrench, that's a wrench, not a bottle opener. Right, another egg and 2 spiders. There's 1 spider. Another egg? These people are fucked up with their eggs. Egg, alright. Bottle opener and spider. Come on, bottle opener. Yeah! That's a spider, not a bottle opener. Candy bar. Chocolate. I'm looking along the edges because I think it might be there. There it is. Alright. Detective, look at the knot Ebisu, the cook, used to tie up these meats. It's an English knot, all right. I wonder where he learned to tie it. I recall him saying... Flashback. Good fish chowder I make when I sailor boy. Oh, hold on. It's the phone. It was an interesting wrong number. He spent time at the sea then. Still, that doesn't prove him responsible for any of these crimes. Just a second. My mic went weird. Weird. Like... I'd like to talk with both the cook and the ambassador again. You suspect Ambassador Tilly? I suspect everyone. But there's that pesky diplomatic immunity. Of course, if you question the ambassador in a murder case, relations between our countries can become... strained. But if I were to ask the questions as contrite as he feels toward me... Oh, wait. Wrong voice! But if I were to ask the questions as contrite as he feels toward me, he should cooperate. So you were at the gala at the Imperial Palace all evening, Ambassador? Yes, the police informed me of Fox's death, and I immediately asked them to investigate. I was horror-struck when I learned of both Fox's involvement with these crimes and his suicide. Suicide? Naturally, that's what Chief Yamada said after finishing his investigation. No reason to think otherwise, is there? Tell me, Ambassador, is Ibasu in the embassy this morning? No, poor fellow. He needed to take a few days off to care for his mother. He received word yesterday she's quite ill. Quite ill indeed. A sick mother? With Tilly having an ironclad alibi. That seems a little too convenient, don't you think, Detective? I suggest we visit the kitchen again, Mrs. Pemberton, and perform an even more thorough search. Indeed. The game's afoot, Detective. I beg your pardon? Oh, just something an old friend of mine used to say. To the kitchen. How lame was that? Oh my god! Did you just make the connection? Irene Adler. Okay. Alright, let's get to it. Broom? That freaking cupcake, where are you? You've been haunting me. Oh, that's not a cupcake? Oops. Crowbar. This is a bucket. Ooh. A clue. Playing card. That's a donut. This is a cake, but I don't think it's a cupcake. No. Okay, wrench. A single olive? This better be the biggest fucking olive I've ever seen. It's the shape, the size of a man's head. Okay, clover. Triangle. Dart. Telescope. Olive? No, that's a bellows, not a fan. There's the fan. Okay, cupcake and an olive. Cupcake and olive. Cupcake and olive. It would suck if it was a black olive. It's probably a green olive. There's a cupcake. There's the olive. There's one place we didn't look for clues. The fireplace. Use an item from your inventory to extinguish the fire. How about a bucket of water? Do you see anything in there? Find 15 pieces of evidence in the fireplace. Oh, fucking hell. That was quick! Look, a broken bottle. Let's put it back together and see what it contained. Okay. Holy friggin' frinoles. Alright. Alright, more pieces. Oh, we're getting there. Ooh, Carlton sleeping powders. Sleeping powders! Those half-filled cups of tea in both Richards and Fox's office when they were killed. Ibisu could have drugged Fox's tea easily enough, and could have sneaked into her house to drug Richards. Then, once they were unconscious, he could have stabbed your husband and hanged Fox, making both murders look like suicide. I found this partly burnt scrap of paper in there, too. I think it says pier. Do you think Ibisu tends to leave on a ship? Possible, but this pier could be either west or east piers, and there are many docks to check. 12. Must be the time when the ship sails, but it could be anywhere from 12 to 12:59, and the bottom line could be part of the ship's name. We must get to the docks, now! Here's a schedule board. Let's see if any ships match the information we have. Find all the ships that match the clues on the chart paper. Okay, it's just 2. I was going by times first. There's no time for both of us to go to each ship. We'll have to split up. If you find Ibisu, try and get a policeman. I'll be there as soon as I can. Which ship do you choose? 12. Going somewhere, Ibisu? What the? Oh, Missy Irene, how nice you come say bye-bye to Ibisu. Ibisu on way to visit old sick mother. You can stop the pigeon English, Ibisu, if that's your real name, and an ignorant cook would hardly have devised the plan of your smuggling, forgery, and murder. What you say, Missy Irene? I say you worked with Timmerman and Fox to force Kensai Tsukumo into great forgeries by kidnapping his daughter. And then, when Richard learned of it, you killed him the same way you killed Fox. And you prove such a silly story? Ibisu not think so. Oh yeah? What about this? You drugged Fox's tea in the embassy with the sleeping powder and then hanged him. And you probably entered our house and put the same drug in Richard's teapot, after which you stabbed him and wrote the note. Missy Irene, Ibisu not sleeping well at all. Having sleeping powder is no crime, no proof of nothing. Yeah, this knot. Fox was strangled with this rope. It's tied with an angler's knot, which only seamen would know how to tie. Fox hated the ocean, but you admitted to me you'd been a cook on a ship. Many people been to sea. This Japan, we big island. That no, what do you call 'em? Solid proof. You're wrong, Ibisu. I have evidence that will prove you're the man who kidnapped Iori. The only man who could have had the motive it means to kill both my husband and Fox. Time for the big guns. This garland was given to Iori by the plot's mastermind, and you can see his finger marks on the ribbon. Look, have you ever heard of fingerprinting, Ibisu? No, what is fingerprinting? It's a new method of identifying criminals. They take the little lines on your fingertips and compare them to the finger marks on smooth objects. What if the police compared your finger marks to those on this ribbon? Ibisu not know. Would they find a match, Ibisu? Would they prove you were a smuggler, a kidnapper, a murderer? I do believe, Mrs. Pemberton, that you know too much to live. I'll kill you, just like I did your interfering husband. Detectives! Careful, Ibisu. You haven't drugged my tea. I'm an American, I got a gun. Ha! Is it even loaded? What does a woman know about guns? You never heard of Annie Oakley, bitch? Detective Fujikawa. This woman knows enough to put a bullet in your evil heart. My husband always felt I should carry one of these. One can never be too careful in a strange country. Are you going to shoot me? No, as much as I'd like to. I'll just hold you here until Detective Fujikawa arrives. How ironic that your single act of kindness, a gift to a girl, now condemns you. So Suda, or Ibisu, decided he'd have his own antiquities made. Your husband learned of the plot when he found the vase confiscated in a raid in which he assisted. Anyway, I'm not going to read all this, you can read it. Somehow, Suda became aware of his interest and killed Richard, so he wouldn't learn anything more. Suda needed only a few months for Tsukumo to make a large number of different forgeries. He'd sell them expensively as originals, make a small fortune, and then probably leave Japan. And Timmerman was in the plot from the start? Yes, his business made a good cover for them. Too bad, Suda, that Timmerman wasn't more loyal when we caught him. He told us everything. Here's a copy of his confession. You can read that. With this confession, Timmerman saved his own neck from the gallows, but he hanged Suda. I can't say I'm sorry, but what's Fox in on it? Did Suda want another pair of eyes in the embassy? Either that or Fox discovered what Suda was up to and started to blackmail him, so Suda let him in on the scheme. And killed him when it started to fall apart. Well, it's all over now. Richard's name has been cleared, and his killer brought to justice. Yes, thanks to you. Look, the cherry blossoms are nearly gone. Oh, pretty. And it's time for me to go, too, to take Richard home. Time to finally say goodbye. Farewell, my love. I miss you more than you can ever know. Farewell. Farewell. Farewell, Mrs. Pemberton. Irene, if I may. It's been an honor working with you. May your journey to America be a safe one, and may you one day return to Japan. Perhaps I will, one day, when the cherry blossoms bloom again. I think we done did it! Achievement unlocked. I got the speed run! Go me! Yeah! Well, we solved Richard Pemberton's murder, and we found out we were actually Sherlock Holmes's love interest. Nice! I'll let the credits run. I like this game. Aside from the friggin' rickshaw game that sucked balls. I hate that. I hate ball sucking. Okay. Well, I got this game on Steam. And, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what to do now, but oh well, we finished it. So we'll let the credits roll, and, I'll see you tomorrow. Probably start next week with a new game. If you got any suggestions, let me know. I'm always open to them. Oh, the credits. Whee! Oh, I like the music. David Ribs Carrillo. That's like a nickname like Ribs. Anyway, goodbye. Wait, is there anything after the credits? No? Okay.